Alright, welcome back guys, and who can guess what we are up to today? We have a leg workout today. Actually, it's leg workout number 1 out of 2 this week. So today it's a relatively easier leg workout than the second one. I'd have to say the second one is not by much longer and more difficult, but it is a little bit. So we're trying to get a little bit more chunk and more meat on those tiny little legs. Whew. Oh yeah, we're putting some intense ingredients pre-workout. So yeah, thank you all so much for joining again. Today we're going to build some legs like a beast. If you guys have seen my previous vlogs, I've been doing this for a while, trying to give you guys different ideas, different exercises, different styles to use in your own workouts as well. Just by simply following my journey to gain on the mass and see how much more can I pack on until next year when I would like to do another show, and I would like to enter it as a natural athlete as opposed to having any kind of supplementation added to my diet. So if you find that these videos are helping you guys, give me a like, a subscribe, and continue on watching. I do hope they help you guys, give you some ideas, not necessarily from the exercises, because the exercises, there are only so many ways you can do squats, for example, or leg curls, or bicep curls, or chest press. It's the style that I'm using. So excuse me, I have a basic template of what exercises I'm doing for that specific workout and day, and I am just modifying that template with maybe a different style, like a partial and a full, or negatives, things like that. I am increasing the repetitions a certain way. I'm doing different hold position. So I'm always modifying things to give you guys an idea and to show you how you can modify your workout to continuously see results out of it. So as I mentioned, if you like it, give me a follow, give me a like, show me some love, and I will keep on posting this regardless, and I'm hoping it's going to help somebody out there. It's definitely helping me, so I am doing something right, because before this whole COVID pandemic started in March, it's essentially, that's when I started doing these workouts with my brother Roman. I have actually went from hovering between 198 to 200 pounds to now an easy 218 to 220 pounds. So I packed on quite a bit of muscle. Ain't gonna lie, there has been some fat packed on as well, but unfortunately you can't really pack on in the off season the muscle and the size and the bulk if you don't put some fat on the side as well. And I will say that as long as I am still able to see my abs, it doesn't have to be a perfect shredded six-pack or things like that, I am happy with my body fat percentage level. I am doing some cardio as well, not too much though, because I do find that I lose weight very, very quickly, and my body tends to eat away at that muscle very quickly regardless how much protein and things like that I'm doing. So that's why I want to really pack on. I'm trying to get to about maybe a 230, 235, even 240. That will be the best possible idea and case scenario, so that when I do go into a cut for the show, I can take my time with it and drop very little, but drop a whole shitload of body fat and be shredded and peeled, and to be 200 on stage, or 195 to 200, that's going to be my ideal case scenario. But anyways, enough of the yapping. I'm going to get a little bit of fuel in this body. It is another leg workout because of my work schedule and everything that I'm doing for my business and all that. My workouts are getting a little bit later and later. Excuse me here for a second. Oh, I'm gonna get a nice stretch on those hamstrings. I try to be a little bit more consistent on my stretching as well, because I do a lot of self-defense, combat, boxing, grappling and things like that as part of the other programs that I offer on the Strong Dragon training. And in one of the cases I was trying to do a tornado kick, and I wasn't warmed up properly, I wasn't stretched properly, and I ended up pulling on my hamstring a little bit. My hamstring slash adductor had really gotten a little bit of a damage there, so I'm being extra careful now with everything that I do. I try to stretch, especially my hips, my knees, ankles, everything like that. I don't want to go through that again. It wasn't a horrible pain stretch or anything like that, but I did walk funny for 2 days after that, and I wasn't able to do kicks for about a week and a half. So that was a little bit unfortunate. It really pissed me off that I managed to get myself in that predicament, but hey, it is what it is. So we are going to start first off with the leg curl. We have 4 sets in total. I'm going to maintain that number, but the 12 repetitions that they're recommending, I'm going to bring it up to about 25 to 30 on a consistent basis. Reason being is, in my gym over here, I don't have a leg curl machine. Not even a standing up one, not a lying down one, so I have to improvise. So the way I improvise is, if you guys have seen, again, my vlogs in the past, I'm going to be tagging different vlogs throughout this workout right up in the top of the video over here, to send you guys to different body parts and different other leg workouts that I had and things like that. But I use a band. I tie it to an obstacle, I put it in, I mimic the machine the best I absolutely can. And it's quite effective. So here's what's happening over here. I am going to tie this sucker up right down here. Right down here. Because I know for a fact there's no way in hell that I'm going to be moving this whole machine off of it. You can barely move it when you push the damn thing, let alone with a band like this. I'm going to get a little bit of a distance out of it. Both legs hooked in. And curl. Get a little bit further back. Here. Get some distance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Ooh, 30. That's a good one. It's a very good challenge for the hamstring. It's more of like a warm-up as well, because after this one I'm going to be doing squats. Now, I'll go on record saying that squats is one of my most hated exercises. I am not a fan of squats. I like the results, I like the effects of it, but I freaking hate it when I do them. One reason being is because my right knee is the one that has been bugging me and giving me trouble for years now. I mean, I can walk, I can do all that stuff, there's no pain throughout the day, but if I don't wrap my knee when I do squats, I feel like it's just going to explode as I'm trying to push the leg up with weight on it. So whether I do leg presses or squats, my knee needs to be wrapped up. So that's kind of the reason why I hate squats, because it always gives me that feeling that my knee is going to be destroyed later on down the road, and I'm probably going to need knee surgery, and sure as F in hell, I'm going to try and avoid that surgery at every possible way. I mean, I've worked with seniors for quite a couple of years as part of VON, and some of them describe that the best thing they've ever done in their life is do knee surgery because of the pain they've been in before and how much better it was after. But then I have the handful of people that said, worst decision ever. They were in pain before, but now that they've done the surgery, it's way worse, and they wish they never have done it. So I definitely don't want to be in that group of people that wish I hadn't have done it, you know? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 35. Second set. We try to increase the repetition with every set. The higher the better. I am a little bit over babying this right leg. Now every possible opportunity that I get, even when I'm at work sitting down doing nothing. I just get my leg up, I straighten it out, and I just gently lean over, get the extra little bit of stretch in, because I really like doing those kicks, those high kicks, those spinning kicks. And I do have to say that my years in karate, kung fu, and everything have done me good. I'm able to do some kicks that most guys my size would not be able to do. So I'm quite fortunate and thankful for that. But the more I get and the better I get at them, the more I like to try. So all these spin kicks and these jumping kicks that I do and all that, some of them I catch my joints and my muscles by surprise, and I will admit I'm not the best at stretching. I should do way more stretching I'm doing. I should roll my legs way more, because I know firsthand the minute I roll them, they feel amazing, as on top of the world. So stretching, key thing. I preach it, but unfortunately I don't follow it to the level that I preach it. But ever since this injury happened, I've been following it. 40 for my third set. One more set to go. We're gonna get 45. And then we're gonna get those squats in. Man, freaking insane. Freaking insane. And it's really crappy too, because when you have one injury in the hamstring, I will say that this injury has actually emphasized more pain into my knee, has emphasized more pain to my glutes, resulting in lower back discomfort. Wasn't pain as of yet, the injury wasn't as bad, but I find that now if I don't stretch it, it's moving into my hip, and my hip is giving me a little bit of trouble as well. So I try now to religiously stretch it out and prevent tightness or getting any more injuries in that area. It sucks because it's amazing what things we can do with our muscles, and how amazing the human body can be, the movements and what we can do. But then we have one little injury, one little pull, one little strain in the muscle, and the pain is unbearable. I mean, if walking, something as simple as walking, I was having trouble doing because this key muscle was injured and targeted with that injury. It's just mind-blowing, fascinating, you know? So let's aim for 45/50 on this one, our last set. Whew. Well, that was fun. We call that as our very little warm-up. And now I'm gonna put you guys up here again, and we're getting ready for squats up next. Like I said, now my most favorite one, 10 repetitions, 4 sets. We're gonna go on a 3-second decline, 1 second hold, 1 second up. I'm gonna keep to just that. Like I said, squats, I don't like them, but I do them because the results are amazing. And it's one of the best exercises you can do for your quads, for your butt, lower back strengthening, calves, everything just works together. And like I said, the results rather, are amazing. It just sucks when you do them. All right, now with squats I am playing around with no games. So before I even put my special shoes on, I'm gonna do a set with just the bar, no knee wrap, no nothing, warm-up set. I'm gonna do a total of 3 to 4 warm-up sets before I dive into my working set. So I don't want any surprise on this thing, nothing. There we go. Oh yeah. Those hips, those knees, crack, 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 up and down. Feels so good to loosen them up, to get them working. It's amazing. Whoops. Warm up set number 2. A little bit of weight on here. Nothing fancy. Nothing heavy. Okay. So the squat is one of the most natural and technically should be one of the easiest things that human body, or easiest movements rather, that the human body can produce. If you look at toddlers, babies, it is so easy for them to just go down in a squat. And they go deep. They literally sit on their butt while their feet are still on the floor. The flexibility of that age. And I mean, how can you blame them? We have bones by this age, fully developed bones with tight ligaments, because for pretty much half of our lives we've been sitting on a chair watching TV or sitting on a chair working on a computer for our jobs. If we were to maintain that flexibility that we had when we were a couple of months old or 1 year old, squats would be nothing for us. Hip injuries and knee injuries would be nothing. We'd have that flexibility. I mean, how do you think gymnasts do it? Right, that flexibility, that all of the flowiness and the turns and twists and depth they can do, and they're moving their joints in a way that even I can't possibly, like, holy crap, like it actually moves that way. I knew in theory, but damn, it's amazing when you actually see it move. But besides all that, the squat is a power exercise, right? It is designed to use your lower body and your upper body in unity to move your body weight and whatever weight you have on your back, if applicable, to a standing position. So it should be nothing for us, yet because our daily lives doesn't involve that, our muscles have gotten accustomed to not going down too deep. When we sit on a toilet, when we sit on a chair, things like that, everything is right there for us. We only bend quarter of the way. If we had to go up and down and sit that deep like an ass to grass type of squat, nobody would complain about putting a bar with a couple of 100 pounds on their back and trying to do that same movement. It'd be nothing, right? But it has happened that so lifestyles have changed. People have become more sedentary, and I am sure every single person watching this video right now knows exactly WTF I'm talking about, right? So it is very important to keep the practice of squats when you're doing leg day. Most people can't do it anymore. Most people's joints completely just do not allow the movement to happen, you know, or the lower back has gotten so tight that you're just not able to do it. If you even try to do a squat, you would bend so far forward that all your pressure will be on your lower back, and boom, that's it. So for people that haven't done that, you guys need to start by simply having a seat that is lower than what you're used to sitting at work or your couch or anything like that, sitting down on that chair or seat or whatever, and getting up. Literally, that's it. No external body weight, absolutely nothing. You would just sit down, stand back up, and start practicing that, getting your muscles used to taking that load in of lifting your body weight. I mean, chances are that you have a couple of pounds that you need to move around. I mean, even if, you know, 105 pounds or whatever, if you're not used to that movement, your body will find it difficult to move up and down like that. Your joints, your ligaments, they all need to get used to that kind of movement before you jump into a back squat. Now, the other thing on this one, if you are already comfortable with this and you're jumping on it, as I said in many of my videos before, the back is absolutely key of staying straight. When you do a squat, you don't want to bend forward like this and then come up and then bend over. Even though the knees were bending in that horrific movement that I was trying to do over there, to have your weight like a good morning like that with 2 or 3 plates on each side because you're trying to ego lift, that is a recipe for disaster for your lower back. So when you do a squat, you want to start with the body nice and straight. Keep your chest looking forward as you go down from the knees, and everything moves in unity. Keep the core tight, chest up, looking up. Don't look down, because if you look down, your back will tend to curve and you tend to go, just like in your driving test. When you make a big turn, like going on the highway, you look where you turn. You don't look up into the opposite end, because then the car will tend to go that way too, because you turn the steering wheel. Same idea with a squat. You go down all the way nice and deep, and boom, right back up. It's a very simple and straightforward process, but you'll be surprised how many people get injured because of this, do it wrong, develop their muscles and everything in a very poor way. Then the moment somebody like me comes around and says, hey, you're doing it wrong, try this, whoa, soreness hits in very hard, or they end up pulling something because they're not used to that kind of movement. So that's why you gotta be absolutely and very careful how you do it. And if you do find horseshit movement anywhere, or even movement that is almost proper, but you think you can still tweak it a little bit, please prevent from doing such when the person is doing the exercising. Correcting an exercise in the middle of its doing is the worst fucking possible thing you can do. Make the person stop, rack the damn weight, explain to them what they're doing, and then have them try again. Do not correct mid-exercise. I've had that in the past, and the person that was doing that, they weren't doing a necessarily wrong posture, but the coach that saw that felt that there was some tweaks and improvements they could do to make the squat that much better. Problem was, they corrected mid-exercise, and that threw everything to a nasty injury that to this day is still acting up and flaring up. So it's just not worth it, okay? So do be careful. I know it feels like a no-brainer to some people. Yeah, well, why would I even do that? Trust me, it does happen out there, so please be careful. Same thing goes if you want to do a bench press or things like that. Never correct mid-exercise. All right, one more warm-up set of this because I really warmed up my my jaw bones in my last couple of minutes. That is absolutely good. That is absolutely amazing. We are going to go into our first working set. So first set out of 4, we're starting right now with all the working sets, and now we're gonna bang through them, because after that we have split squat, Romanian deadlifts or RDLs, and then a couple of calf raises just to kind of finish off the day. So it's not a crazy workout, it's fairly straightforward, fairly easy, but it's the heart and the motion that you gotta put into it that really drains you by the end of it all. So, and plus it's midnight already at this point. I want to get this done over with so I can hit the sack and start my day up again tomorrow morning. I mean, hell, it's never too late for your workout, right? Has to be done, has to be done. Doesn't matter if your day was shit, if you had so much to deal with and you just want to die in bed right now, get your workout done. If it's scheduled, it has to be done. You don't go to bed until every single goal on your list has been checked off. And that's an amazing tip that entrepreneurs can do out there as well. I've learned that from Kevin O'Leary, one of the guys from Shark Tank that I follow a lot, and I kind of take tips and tricks from his lifestyle. In the morning, you know, you set goals, 3, 4, 5 goals, and write them down. And you cannot go to bed that day until those goals are checked off. You gotta make sure that you hit all of those goals. Obviously, you can make impossible goals, but simple goals or simple to-do things that you are doing on a day-to-day basis, just note them down and do not go to bed until you finish those goals. Like workout, send the documents to Nancy in accounting, do this, do this, do this. Make sure you write them down, make sure you get them done. Keep yourself accountable. That's how you hustle every day, and that's how you gain success out of your workouts, out of your career, out of your life, anything. It works with anything. It's a simple concept that works if it's done consistently over a period of time. I found it did great for me. All right, let's get the first working set in. not bad. Good little challenge for the first working set. Got a little bit more weight on there. So right now I have a 25, a 45, and a 10 on each side. And again, I'm not trying to ego lift with these squats. I'm not trying to hit a PR today. Nothing like that. I'm trying to keep clean posture, engage the muscles, get the stretch, get my 1, 2, 3, split second hold, boom, back up. Engage everything. Everything is concentrated, connected, core tight. Get the best out of the exercise. I'm still feeling the muscles. I'm still getting a heck of a cardio workout. But I also get the full results. Keep everything correct. Keep everything safe in my body. Set number 2. Okay. Feeling the pressure. Feeling the pressure of the squats, that's for sure. One thing on the squats is you gotta be paying attention to is the fact that all the pressure that you build, because like it or not, when you go down in a squat, you have that split moment where your breath just goes to push out of the squat. Very few people can get rid of that method, that effect. And some powerlifters even use that to their advantage to really produce that inner pressure and push through to lift the weight up. Now, it's not necessarily the best thing, and you don't want to really stress that method or push that method to its limits, because you can cause problems in your body. You could pop a vein. For me, just by simply, even though when I come out, I let the air out, that's always on the squat. As you go down, as you come back up, right? But doing that with the weight on my head and trying to go deep and trying to stay focused, it gives me that little bit of a head rush effect at the end. Like, whoa, you know, when you get off from the floor too quickly and you find that head dizziness and things like that. That's exactly how I feel after almost every time I do squats with heavy weight on my back. So I try consciously to breathe properly and not cause that pressure effect in my body. Oh yeah. Okay. Set number 3. I've added 5 more pounds on each end. Okay. That took a little bit more air out of me. So, if this was a Sunday and I wouldn't have had all the shit that I had throughout the day, I would have tried a PR today. I'm gonna save that for my next leg day, but because right now I am feeling that my body, 2 vlogs ago, I believe it was 2, yeah, I've done the chest and back workout, and I was struggling with that workout. I just had to do it and keep a brave face and push the weight to as maximum as possible. And you will find that some days, most days, when it comes to working out, you will get this effect that I'm dying, I'm tired, I don't want to do this anymore. Maybe I should stop because I'm overly tired. That's what I'm feeling right now. But the key point at that moment is not to give into those feelings. Unless you actually have pain or discomfort, or your chest is hurting, your head just won't stop spinning, or hurting your low back, whatever. If it's an extreme case like that, sure, call it quits for that day, rest it up, be done with it. But if it's just because of a matter that, oh yeah, my body just doesn't feel like doing it, that's not an excuse. Do not stop your workout and push yourself through, because at this point, if you are true to yourself, and I will admit it right now, the weight that I have on that squat, on a fully energized day, like that, I can double up that weight easily. But today, this weight, I find that when I put the 45 plate on top of the 25, that felt like, okay, it's kind of difficult right now. So I've stacked on essentially 2 more 10s on there. So I have 2 45 plates, equivalent to 2 45 plates aside. So 90, 90, 180. But this feels like I am pushing through, and I'm pushing a fucking mountain out of its place, which makes my body push harder and burn more calories. Now, like I said, I could add more weight to that easily and rep out 5 or 2 or things like that, hit a PR with it, no problem. But today is not the day for PRs. You try a PR on a day like today and you could risk injury. You never know. I don't want to risk my injury because I need my legs, I need my hips, I need my back, because I got a shit ton of stuff due tomorrow and I can't afford to be injured. But that doesn't mean that I'm not pushing myself to the limit. Let's get 4th and final set out here. Oh, goodness me. No, not low power mode. Anything but low power mode. So there's 4 sets of that. Whew, excuse me. Okay. We're gonna get a split squats up next. 12 reps per side. I'm not gonna superset with the RDL today.
I've been doing that with Roma for the past couple of workouts. I'll keep them individual today. 3 sets on the split squats, 4 on the RDLs. Let's get them over with. Actually, I'm gonna bring you guys just a little bit lower here so you get the gist of what I'm doing. Here we go. Okay. So or rather split squats, same idea as a stationary lunge. Very simple, very easy to do. You're in a nice split position, like a lunge, and you're just pumping it up and down. Make sure your body is nice and centered. Don't lean too far forward, don't lean too far back. Light stretch on the front quad, most of the pressure on the front quad. Boom, boom, boom. All right, do not let the back knee, in this case my left leg, to impact into the ground. Go as deep as you can, but if you're feeling the knee impacting the ground, you're going too deep. You don't want that tension in the knee. Unless you have a mat or something soft down there, you don't want the knee to bang the floor like that continuously. All right, let's get set número 2. Wow. All right, while I catch my breath, I'm gonna strip down this machine because I need to bring it down for the RDLs anyway. This over here because I'm going to do some calf raises at the end. Okay, and taking this down. Let's get the final set of split squats done and over with. Holy. Okay. Okay. This one over here, I'm gonna add another 25 to each side. So we have an even 50 on each. The RDLs are one of the better exercises when it comes to hamstring, butt, and lower back. It can be done of two different ways when it comes to how high up you go, aka the range of motion. When you go down, you gotta go low enough to feel the stretch in the back of your legs. That's my cue to my clients. So, the basic motion, your bar is down here, you bend forward, and then you straighten up. When you feel the stretch in the back of your knee, the back of your leg, you know you're low enough. You go any lower, your knee will start to bend automatically, your back will start to bend. You don't want that. You want to keep looking forward, keep the chest towards the mirror, and bend with a straight back. You feel that stretch. When you come up 3/4 of the way and go up and down, back and forth like that, you target those hamstrings to the next level. Of course, your lower back stays engaged. Your core has to stay engaged. Your lower back is part of the movement. But if you straighten up fully to a straight body and then at the end engage the glutes and slightly arch and engage that lower back, you get that extra work out of it, right? So today, because it's my leg day, I'm gonna go 3/4 of the way up, so I can have a little bit more emphasis on the hamstring curls as opposed most of the emphasis going on the lower back. I don't care much about the lower back today for it to train properly and blah, blah, blah. I've done that on back day. Now I need to focus on my hamstrings. Keep the lower back tight, keep the core engaged. You'll still feel your lower back working, but not to the extent you would when you fully straighten up. All right. Here we go. Hup. So that, because my hamstring and my legs are tired from the workout previously, doing 3/4 of the way really hits them deep, really targets them. So even though my lower back is staying engaged, the pain and the flexion in the RDLs is being taken to a whole nother level. We got 3 more sets of this, we're 4 in total, and then we do the calf raises. Up. The other main thing that you gotta take into account on these ones is your knees can never be locked out. The legs have to be straight, but imagine this is the front of your leg where your knee is. You should be like this, not like this on your knee. Never lock a joint like that out, especially when you put the amount of tension of this bar, because you could do this thing with 2 plates on each side easily. But if your joint is locked, if your knee is locked at that point, you're gonna cause some serious tear on the back of the leg, the hamstrings, the tendons, the ligaments, and put a lot of tension on the ligaments of the knee, which you don't need. There's no need for that. So be careful, don't lock your knee, keep it straight, but unlocked. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a different angle for set number 3. Almost done. Almost the flip done. Man. Killer. Flipping killer. But a good type of killer. Again, just like my previous vlog, I'm sorry I'm not yelling enough. I'm not keeping my voice high enough, but it is actually, to be exact, it's 12:32 a.m. So I mentioned before, I want to stay relatively respectful of my neighbors and not grunt and scream and yell like somebody's getting decapitated down here, because there's no necessarily point in that. I do find that to be a little bit more fuel for myself when I push heavy weight. Psychologically, it helps me, but I can still lift the weight without it. All right, let's get the final set done and over with. Then we're gonna get the calf extensions, or the calf raises rather, and we'll call it a night. Here we go. All right. Now, the calf raises are going to be, probably not the best angle. I'll move it around a little bit, but I want you guys to kind of see me from the side there. I know it's a little bit crowded in this gym. This machine is my leg press / hack squat machine. So it's very easy to use as a calf raise machine as well. Reason being, boom, and extend. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. The key magnificent thing on that one is the knees cannot bend. They don't stay locked, but they also can't bend too much. So the idea is to isolate the gastrocnemius, the part of the calf that you actually see, because remember, there's the gastrocnemius and the soleus. The soleus is underneath, so you don't see that, but the soleus does add a lot of power to and stability, of course, to the lower part of the leg / your knee. So whenever you train calves with the knee straight and just move the ankle, remember the ankle is the only thing. So imagine my palm or my hand right now is my foot, right? So all I am moving is at the ankle. When I do that kind of movement, I'm training the gastrocnemius, the visible part of the calf. Whereas if my knee was bent and I was doing, the calf raises on the chair, so imagine my elbow is my knee, and again my hand is my foot. I'm doing these kind of raises, then I'm targeting the soleus more than my gastrocnemius. So there's way-ins and methods to target each muscle differently. Set 2. I try to really isolate the calves and do high amounts on the repetitions, Because you got to think of it this way. Your calf, your gastrocnemius, is a dense muscle. You cannot combine that to a quad or a pectoral or a lat or anything like that. So it's a very dense muscle that responds better to high repetitions, to the burn. Don't get me wrong, it's good every now and then to train it with very heavy weight, but as you can see right now, all I have is 245s on each side, and then this platform, which is another around 35 pounds or so. So I don't have a lot of weight at all, but by the time I make it to 20, 25, 30, the calves are burning. And that's the point where you want to start imagining the shaping and the sculpting happening in your calves and really focusing on how that muscle is developing. Then on your days when you go really heavy on your calves, you put maybe 3, 4, 5 plates aside and you rep out like 5 or 7 and you just feel like they're tearing, right? That's the type of style you want to put on your calves to really motivate them and engage that growth. That burns. That burns. The other nice little style for the calves that I get, it's kind of one of those muscles that you can work maybe every other day, get a couple of exercises in, because it's a muscle that gets pushed and tortured all day long when you walk anyways, right? So adding a couple of calf raises throughout the day, especially when you go up the stairs. So what I do is, because my cars are being parked underground, I have 2 floors, 2 levels of parking garage stairs that I need to go up. So on every single step, I go one leg, do 10 calf raises. Step to the next one, 10 calf raises. Step to the next one. By the end of it, I end up doing like 200 or 300 calf raises by the time I'm at the top, and my calves and legs and just everything is just burning down there. It feels like I want to crawl up to the top, right? But every once, twice, maybe even 3 times a week, sometimes I try to do that to really challenge my calves and get some growth and endurance out of them. Last set. That burns. Oh my goodness. And of course the fact that I've done legs on the same day, which requires my calves to stabilize and support the movement, doesn't really help the fact that they burn like that over there. But there you have it, guys. A nice, very simple little leg workout. 1 out of 2 leg workouts for the week. I believe in 2 days I'm gonna have another leg workout to bang through. But today was very good. I'm feeling my legs are definitely pumped up. My calves, the veins are nicely popping up. The legs are definitely one of my weaker points, so they're a close second to my shoulders, because that was one of my mistakes too. For years before I started doing personal training and things like that, legs were probably one of my absolute worst areas to target and work out at. So I was finding every motive possible to avoid those leg workouts, but once I got into them, they quickly caught up because of my martial arts background. My legs have very good strength behind them, so it definitely was a good help to have that martial arts background. But now I'm trying to push them in to get that development, to get those muscles, that that crispness when I'm on stage and things like that. The other thing that's at a disadvantage for me is most of my day I run around, I walk around, I'm on my feet for most of my day, so the fluid buildup in the legs is very high.
That's something that kind of goes against me on show day, especially if I don't reduce my hours of work before a show, you know, like 2 weeks before a show. They're generally saying you should stay off your legs more and more so that you allow that fluid to drain, and work on massage and things like that. Unfortunately, I can't do that. My work doesn't allow me. I gotta run left, right, and center. So sometimes during my show, my legs actually come up short. But you know, with hard training, dedication, and pushing things through, you can always work around it and target the nice, good crispness in your legs. But yeah, thank you guys one more time for joining me, for watching me again. If you find these videos helpful, if you think that they're adding value to your workouts and helping you out, hit that like button, give me a subscribe, and hit that bell so you're notified. I try and keep on posting these every single day. Sometimes I do end up going to the gym, and if it's really busy over there, I don't end up filming, but I do try to catch up. Last week was very bad for me, as I mentioned in my previous vlog, because of the I was trying out 2 different gyms, so I was kind of testing the waters, and I didn't want to necessarily show them up there with my tripod and my camera, like, hey, I'm here, I'm filming. I just want to kind of test the waters and see how everything is, if I like those gyms or not. They turned out to be really good, so I'm definitely going to vlog a workout at each of those gyms as well soon. But for now, you are with me in the dungeon. I do go through all the workouts, and like I said, I do hope that these workouts do add value to them. Not necessarily the exercise, because I would guarantee you that at least 70% of you guys watching these videos have done these exercises a million times in your workout, so you know what it's all about. It's the style at the end of the day. It's the push, is giving it that extra little bit to get better benefits out of it. So try them out those in your workouts. Let me know how you do them. If you have some styles of your own that you feel that I'm not covering, maybe I don't know about them, you know, feel free to comment in the video below, and maybe even tag me in your video so I can see what you guys do, how you split your workouts, and what styles you do. You know, help each other, learn from each other, and just grow together in this this crazy world. Because now, as it seems, with the pandemic and you know, people being out of a job, and it's some very unfortunate circumstance, but it doesn't mean you gotta put your health on second. It's very important to keep active, and especially for your mental health. Some people are going absolutely nuts out there, and I'm witnessing that firsthand, that they are taking the whole pandemic and the whole isolation, quarantine idea and mentality to another level, which is good to be protected, don't get me wrong, but some people just take it to a whole other level that they literally drive themselves insane, and they prefer to not work and stay in the house and stay in their own little bubbles, which I also find that is definitely not a good idea. It's one thing to protect yourself out there, wear a mask and wash your hands and wash your face and keep that cleanliness all around going. That's one thing that I encourage. But when it comes to completely isolating yourself from the world because you just don't feel safe going out there, and you feel that you should have a radiation suit on if you go down to the store, I find that a little bit excessive, and I really would encourage those people to try and protect their faces, wear a mask, wear a shield, wear gloves, you know, wash your hands. Don't even think about touching your face after you've been out there, but do go out a little bit, do move, go to maybe one of your local stores in the morning when it's not that busy, when there are not so many people. Keep the social distancing away, and find out that it is okay to go out there. And it's bad, don't get me wrong, it's a very unfortunate time, but it's also not necessarily a time where you have to stay under your rock and just pretend that there's nothing on the other side of the door, because you will drive yourself insane. So again, thank you very much guys for watching. Thank you for being on my channel. I will definitely catch you guys on my next workout, my next vlog, and I'm gonna try on posting a little bit more. And this coming weekend, I definitely want to hit a trail, so I'm gonna video some amazing trails here in Ontario, Canada. I do have a couple on my channel already, but I do want to get more. And as September rolls around, the orange and yellow leaves, it's gonna look just absolutely spectacular. I cannot wait to go into those parks and trails and watch the beauty of nature just surround me everywhere. You know, the bugs and the birds chirping and all that is just serenity times a million, you know. So stay tuned for those guys. I'm definitely gonna post them up soon. Thank you very much. Stay fit, stay healthy. Strong Dragon training. Be safe out there, guys.